So for those of you that don't know, I grew up doing choir. That was my only like singing experience growing up, other than, singing in my room by myself, which was rare because I shared a room with my sister and I was shy and didn't want her to hear me. So the choir for me, I thought would, be helpful if I wanted to be a singer. It turns out, singing only in choirs really kind of fucks you up for being a solo artist later in life. So these are kind of the ways that I feel like choir, in fact, did not help me to become a solo artist. First of all, choir is, of course, about blending your voice. So that's pretty obvious. But for me, since I shared a room and I didn't really like have my own private space to like sing on my own as well, anytime I sang along to something, it was like quiet or whispered or I just didn't. For me, I didn't get to learn how to make my own individual voice. Like I didn't know how to do that, and I'm still actually trying to figure out how to do that. Because choir is about blending your voice. So I knew how to do that and sound like everybody else. And so that's still something I'm trying to unlearn because when I do a cover song, I automatically try to sound like the original song. Half because I really like the original song, and that's kind of why I'm covering it, and also because I am still trying to learn how to individualize it and make it me when I don't really know what the me sound is. It's made being a solo artist really difficult. So other thing is breathing. Breathing has been so hard for me. So this is something that I've gotten a lot better with, but when you're in a choir, you can time your breath whenever kind of you want to, as long as you're not all timing your breaths at the same exact time. You can, if you're running out of breath and everybody else is still going, fucking take a breath. Like, nobody's gonna notice. And in fact, it's better that way because you want to take a breath so that it all sounds continuous, as opposed to everybody stopping to take a breath in the middle of like a phrase or something. Most of the time, choirs are gonna keep going and not breathe in between the words or phrases. You're gonna be breathing in random spots kind of, because you're gonna count on everybody else going while you need to take a breath. So it's that about really getting good at your breath control and like timing your breaths, because you don't have to necessarily. Other thing about breathing that I have just now discovered I don't know how to do. This is thanks to my choir teacher, honestly, that didn't really properly teach me how to breathe from my diaphragm. So in choir, she was always talking about you gotta breathe through your diaphragm. Now, if you don't know what that is, that doesn't mean anything to you, right? You're gonna have to tell me what exactly that means. And so she would always point to like right about here. For me, that's like right in my center of my rib cage, and that's like right either in between my boobs or like just below it. And she's like, breathe through your diaphragm. And that's honestly just kind of like where you're like, it's like in the middle of where your lung space is. Like, I guess she might have had the right idea, but that's generally what I've discovered is breathing with your chest. And that is not how you want to breathe, at least for a solo artist, because you run out of breath. Your breath is so shallow if you hold it up here. You actually want to be doing farther down in like almost your stomach, like your abs area essentially. And so I don't know if she just didn't know how to explain this properly, and so I never really got the memo on the exact place that I was needing to breathe from, but I was always breathing up here, and you're supposed to be taking your breath from down here actually. And it is so much easier ever since I realized that, because like, oh my god, I can't hold my breath up here well, because those are really shallow breaths essentially. So yeah, thanks choir teacher for all the bullshit and making it incredibly difficult to be a solo artist, even though I thought taking choir would help. I guess in a way I know how to sight read and know basic music knowledge. But other than that, I recommend individual voice lessons because otherwise you're never gonna know what exactly you specifically need to work on, as opposed to a choir who nobody even notices your individual voice. And if they do, they're gonna yell at you to blend with everybody else. And I never got yelled at for that because I didn't want anyone to hear me anyways, so it wasn't a problem for me. But yeah, let me know if you've ever experienced these problems, or if it's just me. Maybe it is, but I feel like choir actually did not help me that much in my solo artist endeavor, and I'm still learning new things.